Hey guys, Scott here, Pine Barren Craftsman. I'm working again with this Neverdull from the year like 2000. I've had the same can for like 100 years. Just keep taking the little cotton fibers that are in there out of it and keep wiping stuff down with it. That's it. It's a nice heavy duty tin can, you know. And this stuff in here, you just keep taking little pieces of it out and warming it up on whatever you're working on. This surface here was dirty. Let's shine that up. This piece right here, the blinker, it was basically rusted. It looked like rust. I was like, God, this thing is probably shot. I got to get it out of here. Got to get a new one. And I'm thinking about how to take the column apart to get it out. And I just started cleaning it off just to see, like, all right, maybe I could get some of this rust off and maybe I'll put some steel wool on it. But I just sat here for about 10 minutes and just kept polishing it with the Neverdull. And it's like 99% perfect. In here, there's a little bit of remnant of what it looked like because I couldn't get in there with the stuff. But just sitting here, digging your fingernail in it a little bit with the Neverdull, getting some of the schmutz off of there. Same thing with this. This was a little more worn out. And I actually sanded this down stupidly and put some scratches in it. See how it's got like a little different luster to it? It's kind of like scratched and beat up a little bit. This was rusty too. And I thought I was going to have to spray paint it. But wow, what a difference. This comes out with a pin, but you got to be careful. There's a gear set in there that you got to make sure the gear is pushed in the right position before you put this pin back in. I got lucky with that, messing with that. But just, little things, little tiny things kind of add up over time. Maybe I'll try to get these next. This is kind of similar to what it looked like. How I'm just cleaning that off with the remnants of the Neverdull that's on my finger. That's going to shine back up. They're dull now. Never dull. Never dull it. Let's get it out. And I'll show you. I don't even know if it matters if it gets dirty. You just keep using it. I don't know. I'm sure you got to change it out every once in a while, but you just sit there and you... Some guys would take it over to the bench grinder and buff it off with a buffing wheel. But I found that this stuff, with just a little bit of patience, it kind of works pretty nice. There you go. I don't know if you can see it, but half of it's clean. And why not, These little details matter. I've tried to sell this truck several times for more than I guess... people can see other vehicles online that are in a lot better condition for less money. And you're like, well, what are you trying to do? You're trying to rip people off. It's like, well, I got money in this vehicle in a different way. Plus, maybe there's a little sentimental value. And or I'm not in an area that's very interested in two-wheel drive drag trucks for street strip racing. There's no quarter mile within maybe 2 hours. There's one in Maine. Maybe one along the coast, southern Maine. There's Winterport. But anyway, like I'm saying, you got to kind of take the good with the bad with trying to sell these trucks. Because they're not worth what everybody else thinks it's worth. It's whatever someone's willing to buy it. But yeah, just clean it up, Make it look better and better and better. And before you know it, it's getting better. I got the new window latches on. These were all rusted out. Give them a little bit of touch. Everything gets a little bit of touch. Touch. Touch this, touch that. This is painted, I think. Anything that looks chrome, I touch it. Me and my son, we detailed this Scottsdale. Thought that was pretty cool. He helped out with that. I don't think I put any polish on this either. But we gave it a little black paint. New chrome grill. I don't know if this would shine up the powder coat. Let's put it anywhere. Anywhere that needs a little shine. That's kind of funny. All this stuff was brand new in 2018. And between sitting in a dirt road and then I had it sold for a little bit. I think you had it outside. Things get older. But it kind of puts a little bit of cool patina on it. And it's like, if it's not new, it's all right. As long as it's clean, it's not rat infested and using it. I don't know. I think it kind of looks cooler than brand new build. Yeah, I cleaned up. I was watching the show on YouTube, like everybody else these days, and Freiberg was laying underneath the car, the guy from Roadkill, and he's wiping everything down, and he's just checking things. And there was a guy that I used to work for at the sewer company, and he said, just sit there a little bit and clean stuff and look at stuff while you're cleaning it, and it kind of puts thoughts in your head of what you might want to check on. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should check out the inside of this master cylinder and see how much brake fluid's in there, you know? Or maybe I should bleed the brakes and check the pads. As I'm sitting here looking at it, you start thinking about that stuff, and you're doing something that might help you out in the long run because you're thinking, you know? I did a lot of spraying in this cab, and these lines got overspray on them. I'm looking at it right now. So someone looks at this truck and they say, I want to buy this truck. Hey, you got overspray on the brake lines. Man, I don't know if this guy knows what he's doing. You know, or maybe you notice a drip while you're here and you say to yourself, oh, wow, this thing is dripping. I better check on it. Wow, these stainless steel brake lines clean up real nice too. So that's kind of what we're doing today. Just getting the truck ready. See, I got rust on this spring. It was never sprayed. And, you know, maybe I should hit that with some paint. Need a new air cleaner. It's getting kind of dirty. Anyway, check back when you can. Like always, like, share, subscribe. Little side interesting information here is that these trucks were built with a post that sat here, and I didn't know what it was. I took it off, and it's actually a crash post for if you hit somebody head on. There's a bar that's supposed to be here. This is loose. I got to cut this out. That catches the hood. Instead of the hood coming into the windshield and decapitating you and your family, it catches that pin as it pushes back and it buckles the hood. Everybody's like, why do these hoods buckle? Why do these hoods buckle? They were designed to buckle. There's a line here, and there's another one here where the structure was meant to bend. So as I grab this hood and pull it down, and these things taco, everybody gets pissed. They're like, why did they do that? Because they're worried about someone hitting the truck head on, and that hood, if it's rigid and strong, and stronger, let's say, than the bracket holding it, or the pin up front, or that gets tacoed, the hood can come back partially into the windshield. Yeah, it'll just go up the A-pillars. Those A-pillars are small. So now I'm like thinking I should probably weld a couple of posts in and put that back. I probably will do that. Not that my weld is perfect, but maybe I'll put a bolt in there and weld it in place. One of these big Lieutenant Dans, man. One of these big guys. Where are they? Get a little Barabbas in here. This is probably what I should be doing. That's the question, right? You want to catch that hood with something that's going to save your family's life or help you sleep at night. I think it catches it in here, right up in here. This piece comes down, and there's a hook here. I can't see it. There's a hook here. So I got to put that back now that we're talking about it. I probably will. I'll put a little Teflon tape on it for now and make it tight. Some Forever Chemical. And I'll scotch it in place. That's the plan. I'm going to do that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. You know, I'm not in charge or the boss of anything. Do what you want. Just don't blame me. See ya.